what is it about having a penis that allows you to wear trousers and having a vagina that allows you to wear a dress? We kind of talk about the planet as like a feminine thing, a woman, Mother Nature, like very prominent. Why don't we have these new policies in place? Is it because men are in power and they don't care about the environment and they care about money, power and wealth and blah, blah, blah? Is that what's happening? Or is it that even if we get a woman in that position of power, she still has to make the same decisions that a man would, because actually it's not to do with him being a man anymore, but the patriarchy is a bigger thing. It's not just men, it's now a social construct, a massive thing that controls our society. So even men are now like enslaved to it as well as women. Hi.
And welcome back to another episode of Avoiding My Anxiously Attached
You should
Boyfriend.
look at the camera when you do that, because I feel like if you look at me, it looks like you're welcoming me back.
Welcome back to the podcast, Faris.
It's so good to be here.
I'm Josh, and this is Faris.
Faris.
So, what?
Nothing. That was a shit introduction, bro.
I know, I'm
love
so
it.
sorry, you
Go on.
guys.
Yeah, we'll get there one day. It's
How are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
That's
the real question. We have been busy bumblebees.
We have been busy bumblebees.
What have we been up to? What did we do?
We have recently just got back from Amsterdam for a hen do, which was really cute. I love Amsterdam. It's such a nice city, apart from like the side that everyone like knows it for.
Yeah.
Like as a city, I just feel like it's really chilled, really cute. Like the canals are like really nice. And the one thing I like about it is you have the really modern side, which is a lot more modern than the UK, I think, in London. And then on the other side, you have like the old, little windy streets. It was so...
My favourite part was the flight, because it was only like 40 minutes.
I know.
I loved it, because it was even faster than I thought it was going to be, because I was like, the way there, I remember I went to the toilet like 10 minutes into the flight, and then they were like, oh, we're getting ready to land in 10 minutes. And I was actually like, this is amazing. I love this.
I'm here already.
Yeah. So I like that. And I loved, we went for a hen do and it was fun. And like we did lots of stuff that we wouldn't usually do, like the Upside Down Museum and live drawing.
We painted naked
men.
boys.
And they were
men,
hot.
not boys.
They were hot.
That seems a little weird.
They were hot though. The model was hot, and the
I
other guy.
don't think so.
You liked the other guy.
The other guy was cute. He was he from Peru?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cute vibes.
I liked them. I thought he was hot, and I
But-
was like making fun and like looking at his like willy, and you were like, stop.
But like the confidence to just sit there.
I know.
In front of like 10 people
I'm just like-
for like an hour, just like with your bits hanging out. I just like,
That's actually amazing.
I could never.
I'd aspire. I don't know why not. You look amazing. I would definitely. I'd be walking around naked all the time, just winging my junk like. Boo, 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 boo.
But them two were definitely like a little thingy.
Do you
I
think?
thought, yeah. Voss.
What does this remind you? Can't do the whole thing.
Yeah, you have to. She does the whole
I don't
thing.
think I can. I'll piss myself.
Guys.
We watched Smile 2. Do your creepy smile. Do your creepy smile. You have to look at the camera and do it.
That looks kind of creepy, right?
No.
I feel like it does.
Do it again.
Wait.
So you smile wide-eyed and then like look down, yeah. No, see. Actually, it's better than when I first did it. When I first asked him to smile, he was like that, just like a cute little smile. And I was like, no. I think mine's better though.
Yeah. That looks good.
Yeah.
Oh, especially with the shadows on your face. That's a bit creepy, actually.
I know. So we watched that and it was really good, but the amount of fucking Voss water, like they obviously funded the movie. They funded
have
the
the
movie.
advertisement there. That
100%.
was fucking insane. What did you think of it?
I liked it. It was a bit slow.
Okay.
What, Voss water or the movie?
How was your water?
It's tap water in a Voss glass. I liked it. I liked the effort of like recording an album and all that sort of stuff that she did. I did like that.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Because they were saying like from the first day that she like got offered the part, she was like in the studio,
like filming,
like creating a full ass album for this movie, which is crazy.
That is cool. But I did think like it could have been a little bit better. I didn't like the ending. No spoilers, but it's fine. But we then moved on to watching our Harry Potters, and we've now on the fourth one.
Oh, my favorite.
And it's nearly Christmas because Mariah Carey at the beginning of November was like, oh,
It's time.
yeah, so it's Christmas now. And watching Harry Potter got me thinking about, you know, that little trend that's going around where it's like, hear me out.
Yeah.
And it's like people that you find hot that you kind of shouldn't find hot.
Okay, I'm scared.
So I wanted to ask you,
Yeah.
who are your hear me outs, if you will?
I don't know. Actually, no, I do have one.
Okay, go on.
But I don't know his name. It's a real person. Because I know sometimes they can go into like the animated side of it.
Yeah.
Do you know Schitt's Creek?
Yeah. I kind of just got what you were going to say straight because I thought originally the main guy, but
Daniel Levy's father is a hear me out.
Insert picture.
I think like, I feel like I've always had a little crush on him.
Actually, what from like American Pie?
American Pie, and also he was in Cheaper by the Dozen too. He was like the other family's like dad.
Oh yeah.
That's my hear me out. I feel like he's giving a little something. And Stanley Tucci.
Oh yeah,
is a bit of my hear me out.
I feel like people understand that. People will get that, right? Like I can see
Yeah.
if you're into
it's not
daddies
like out of the blue,
and you have daddy issues and you weren't loved as a child. Like I do get it.
Daddy, if you're listening, where are you? No, that's so bad. No. What's yours?
My hear me out is so the reason why I thought about it is because we're watching Harry Potter.
Ooh, fucking Hagrid or something.
No, although that would be a good one. No, it's Voldemort.
Ew.
Yeah, there was something about like we watched Goblet of Fire, and he's a bit camp. I mean, all gay. I mean, that's a whole topic. All gay.
Yeah.
All villains are like either gay or British.
Yeah. Jafar's just come into my head with like his makeup.
And just like, Aladdin.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
And
Voldemort's a bit like that. He's a bit camp. He's a bit like floaty. He's like,
he's given a bit of Cradle Snatcher actually, because he's like obsessed with this teenage boy for his whole life.
It's
like,
so weird, actually.
I know.
Yeah, why is he so obsessed with him?
I don't know.
Oh, because of like he tried to kill him.
Yeah, but still.
But anywho, we were watching that, and then I was looking at him, and he was like, Harry, and then I was like, oh, kind of hot, actually. Hear me out. Like his lack of nose is maybe like a little bit of an issue, but like the facial structure, the like hand
he's given
movements.
cheeks, like ballroom scene, face card never declines.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, daddy, I like that.
Still don't get it, but yeah.
Do you not really?
No.
Oh, I'm surprised. Because I think I find him attractive as an actor because he was in Made in Manhattan and I liked him in that.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that was like the main hear me out. I can't think of any other ones, but that's my one.
There are some cartoon characters, but I'm like, it's not really a hear me now.
Who's that?
Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
That's so fun. I thought about that this morning.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah. I was thinking about Johnny Bravo. But I'm thinking more like, they're a bit obvious though. Like, I feel like Tony the Tiger could be a bit of a hear me out.
That's funny.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like, he's this big, like, muscly tiger on the beach and it's just like... No, okay.
Disgusting.
Yeah, let's move away from this before I get into deep talk.
You're like, yeah. Oh, also
bestiality, love it.
Oh, Beauty and the Beast.
Beast.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Can we?
I'm so sorry, you guys.
I know you're popular.
Fabulous.
No, Baba.
Oh, okay. What?
Oh, you don't know. Oh, he doesn't know. Popular. Wicked.
No.
Oh, guys. He's never watched Wicked. He doesn't know what it's about. And it's literally out now.
I liked the poster when I was a kid.
Great.
But I thought it was like a TV show or movie about like witches.
Yeah, well,
like,
it is.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Yeah, no, but it's a musical.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it's a movie.
Now it's becoming
That's also
a movie.
musical.
Yeah.
I hope that's okay. But that's out, and I love Cynthia Vera and Ariana Grande.
I feel like their relationship with each other and watching like the interviews that they've been in is so cute. Like I feel like they really grew this like sisterly bond through like filming it. And their voices, I just feel like will complement each other quite well. Like I feel like Cynthia Vera has got this really like husk, deep from like her soul voice. And I feel like Ariana's very like high pitched and like
But she's perfect for, is it Glenda?
Yeah.
Yeah, like perfect. That kind of like annoying perfectionist person.
I'm excited to
I know.
see
I think
it.
it'll be really good. And I think like the rendition of Gravity, like the main song's going to be really nice in it. And
Yeah.
like Jonathan Bailey's in it.
Daddy Bailey.
Yeah, he's my
Cut that.
hear me out. Hear me out.
Hear me out. Jonathan Bailey, you guys.
Jonathan Bailey.
Yeah.
I know it's crazy, but he's kind of hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really excited, and I can't wait to
know.
watch it. And I just
And
wanna
it's
watch it.
like women empowerment, strong female leads. I love that.
Mhm.
Duh. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Strong
we haven't
women.
had a conversation yet about what the fuck you've done or have done for like 3 years of your life. I feel like you always skim over that.
This rude, actually. Actually, it's rude because I always ask you what you do and what everything, and you never ask me.
Yeah, because you
know
stick
you
to
know
like
me.
your work, like GDPR stuff, but like there's a lot more stuff that she's done. Do you want to talk it through?
I'm a lot more complicated.
Yeah.
I'm
He's not like other girls.
These other.
Yeah.
You stole my line.
I'm sorry.
What do you want to know?
So
As
you
in
did a
talking-
PhD.
Oh, about female strong characters. And stuff.
Yes.
Okay. So I didn't do a PhD.
You were doing.
I was doing
In
a
the process
PhD.
of doing a PhD.
and then I pulled out of it. Just to clarify, I'm not a doctor. Okay, so if anyone's on an airplane and I doctor,
No.
and even then I wouldn't be the right one.
Yeah. He'd be
Unless it was a
panicking with
feminist
you.
issue, an environmental issue, I'm there.
Save the world.
Yeah. So basically, what I did was I did a law degree. LLB, and I really did not do well in that at all. Like I struggled like the whole way through it, and I was going to drop out in the first year of that to do media. And my mum and dad was like, absolutely fucking not. And I was like, okay, I'll stay.
Doctor, lawyer.
And so I finished that, thankfully, and then I worked for a year, and I was like, I don't like this. This sucks. Like you have to be up, you have to go. Like it's not for me. So then I was like, what I can do is go back into studying to get away from it. So I did masters in international relations and I think democratic politics. I'm not really sure what the title of the masters is because it changed like halfway through the year.
Yeah.
Where if you took a certain module, it would like be this, and I can't remember if I did that. So I
Okay.
need to find the certificate.
Okay.
But I did that, and then I was like, okay, back to work, and then work was born again. So I was like, okay, let me do a PhD. So that's what happened. So in 2020, I started my PhD. Do you remember? We were so cute. And
I
young,
remember.
pre-COVID.
Yeah. And funny enough, to link it back, that's where he originally met the girl,
Oh yeah.
Ellen, who went to her hen do
yeah.
in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
So it's a funny like.
Shout out to Ellen.
Shout out to Els.
Love you. Love you, bitch.
Fucking
We
love
literally don't
you.
talk to each other like that. I'm just like, I love you. Yes, Ellen, also PhD person, also fabulous and amazing.
Yeah, would love her to come on.
I know. Come. And also, I met a girl in international relations masters who I am obsessed with. I don't talk to her as much now, but I love her. Like, she's so smart and like kind of standoffish, and I forced her to be my friend. Like, I could tell she was standoffish. I could tell she probably didn't like me. And I sat next to her in the library when we started masters, and I was like, "You're gonna be my friend." And she was like,
"You're coming home."
she
with
was a bit
me.
like, "You're a bit weird," and I was like, "I know, but I want to be your friend. Like, you're
Okay.
so like." Again, I think I just have a thing for like really intelligent women, but I just like I could just tell she was really smart, and like I
Yeah.
loved the way she like explained things, and she was pretty and stuff, and I was like, please be my friend. Anyway, so there's lots of like fun people that are way more educated than I am in this topic and could probably talk about it in much more detail, but did the PhD. So started it off, and it was basically I was just really intrigued by feminism in general. So at first, I'll talk about feminism first, I think, and then
Yeah.
So at first, like, I was like, okay, what is feminism? Because I obviously support it. I obviously support equality, and I obviously realize and recognize there's disadvantages towards women. But there was something in social media and something in the way like the feminist, like famous people, but like there's things like that where they were just feminist for performative reasons,
Yeah.
and just like it kind of
rather
missed,
than like having the true essence
Yeah.
of like, where feminism came from.
and it wasn't intersectional, and it was very like
That's the thing as well. It's
Yeah.
very feminism in like the main media space is very catered to a particular demographic
yeah
of women.
Yeah.
It's not really looking or taken into consideration like different races, different walks of life. It's very like one angled kind of thing.
I know, and it becomes very simplified and
Yeah.
very like hashtag and very, you know, t-shirts, women empowerment. And it just becomes more of like a gimmick, more mawkish. Like it's not very like what it's rooted in. So yeah, so it just wasn't feeling very genuine. So first wave feminism was like Simone de Beauvoir and people who were looking at like the proper
First wave feminism, sorry, is just like the first group of people that like pioneered feminism into mainstream.
The theoretical movement, like the first wave, like the first movement of like, we want equal rights, we want to be able to vote, we can see these gender nuances that we need to fix and solve. That was the first wave. Early 19th, 20th century, because it was like something that they felt like they had to do is like put women into work because the men were like fighting a war. There was lots of them like dying. So they were like, oh, we need someone to do this work. So it's kind of...
So the people that we've been downtreading for the whole of life, we're going to now...
need them.
Yeah.
It's the patriarchy. We're going to get into that because the actual PhD is more about like the masculine default and things like that. But yeah, so that's first wave feminism, kind of just things like that. And then second wave came in 1960s. There's definitely way more you can read into this. Like this is such a quick summary, but we're here for it. It's a podcast. Third wave is like where we start seeing like real intersectionality. We start seeing like, you know, the different types of women, different like...
Is this kind of like the peak of like Angela Davis? Because I feel like although she was like massive for like, not like BLM, but black equality essentially, I feel like it was hand in hand with feminism, right? And I'm guessing she's like around...
and Kimberly Crenshaw and Bell Hook are two like really like big feminists in that time as well. Yeah, that was more like intersectionality and we're looking at different types of women, like, and we're gonna see that even though there's women's rights, like it doesn't actually fall equally on all women, things like that. And then we have this like fourth wave feminism, which is like social media feminism. It's like not, I don't really think it's an official term. I haven't researched it properly in years, so I don't know if it's now become like an official term for it. But at the time, it was just coined like fourth wave feminism, but it wasn't really like a thing. And that's the social media aspect, and that's where it's become a lot more simplified. And it kind of just ignores so many other topics, other conversations, other discourse and like arguments and challenges that we should be facing in a feminist community. So it recognized that men are also victims of the patriarchy, which I think is helpful. And it was helpful for me to then go on and look at what I looked at, because I was like, okay, we're talking about feminism, we're talking about men, but why are we talking about biological, like specific, like male species? Because we can perform masculine and feminine roles, and toxic masculinity can be performed by anyone. No, that was my, you know, idea, and that, not my idea, but that was the idea that I got, and that was like where I was seeing things that I didn't agree with. So, for example, like I would see a politician or someone like, you know, the prime minister or whatever of like, or president of Germany, and then I'd be like, wait a minute, like you're exhibiting the exact same things that our prime minister is exhibiting, and you're things that are like masculine, like power and control and violence and aggression, and this thing that shows that you're in power, this like standoffish, don't show emotion, like these things are things I'm seeing,
which is standardly seen in men, I guess, but
and it's
a woman is
thing.
exhibiting those
behaviors. And it's like a masculine thing that just anyone can exhibit. And I was recognizing that because I was seeing it a lot in the community. I was seeing it a lot with lesbians. I was seeing it a lot with non-binary. I was starting to see these traits that were traditionally masculine traits, but what became something that I could see women do and like and they had to do in certain circumstances to get those promotions, to get that.
Well, that is very true indeed, because if you look at standardly, if I think of a lot of women that I know that are in high positions, they definitely tend to have more masculine traits, or people that are in power who are like presidents or prime ministers that are women, like they almost have to play the game a little bit where they have to, I don't know, like adapt this masculine aura about them to do well, which is quite annoying. Do you know what I mean? But then I think that also ties into what I'm sure you're going to bring up now, is the way femininity is viewed in the world.
It's that kind of thing of like, how I saw feminism on social media, this new fourth wave, this kind of thing I wasn't agreeing with. And then I was like, no, this is definitely performative. And it was Judith Butler who kind of went into that theory of like performative roles of masculinity and femininity, if anyone's interested in like reading more about it. And there's so many things. And the thing that annoyed me about it is social media, the same with race, the same with the like anything to do, even our like clips, like things that we do, you have to do it for clicks and you have to do it for, the only way it churns out stuff on these platforms is by being like clickbaity and very like rah, rah, rah.
And very masculine. Like it's very like
but you have to do that to get, so then you get these short snippets of these massive movements that are very simplified because you need the click-through rate and that's sort of the only thing that's going to push you out. So then that then becomes an issue, and then you're almost like, people start talking about it that don't know a lot about it and don't really understand the academic side of it, where you should be questioning these things, you should be challenging these things, you should be arguing with these things. It shouldn't just be accepted because this is what your Twitter says and this is what your YouTube says. Like, yeah, you can say, actually, but because there was a vibe of that as well with like women who wanted to do OnlyFans and women who wanted to stay at home and become housewives. Feminism decided to then like mold a little bit to be like, oh, actually, it's a woman's choice. Like, if you want to be a housewife, you should be a housewife. And if you want to work, you should work. Because it started gaining traction of like, all women should be passionate, all women should want careers, and then you were neglecting women that didn't want those things.
Yeah.
Why should they? And it started being a bit more compassionate to those things, but that is the issue, is like you couldn't argue it. And even now, it's like counselable to be against any of it, or to even just challenge it, not even have to be against it, but to question it and be like, is that really, is OnlyFans really for the woman? Is that really empowering for the woman? Or is that something for the male gaze? Is that something for you to feel better about yourself because men want you, because that's then the patriarchy again, and they're paying your way still and whatever. And then the flip side's like, yeah, but I am in control of how I present my body, and I'm in control, and I'm getting that money from
You're almost
them.
Like using the men for that,
yeah, and you're getting the money.
It's hard because it can be flipped and looked. But
you should be able to look at it both ways, and you should be able to discuss it, change your mind again, like have a look. Social media fourth wave feminism wasn't doing that, so I was like, okay, I need to study like more of this. I need to understand like why we're like this as a society. Social constructivism, I kind of touched on when I was doing my master's. So then I was like, I like that theory. It's basically
Explain.
Yeah, sorry. I was gonna
do that.
It's I'm just don't want to take too long. I'm sorry.
No, just
but basically like it's social construct, and everything is a social construct. So if you say that like, this is like a cup, then it's a cup. But then if you take the lid off and put it on your head and say it's a hat, it's now a hat. Yeah. As long as enough people believe
what we're
it.
labeling things to be.
Language, etymology, like those kind of things.
So a dress is for women, social construct.
Exactly.
Trousers are for men.
Even simpler than that, like traffic lights are a social construct, because there's nothing physically stopping you from crossing a red light.
You just, it's
in
your mind, red means stop.
Yeah. So it's that's very simplified, but it's that kind of vibes. Mm-hmm. And so yes, what is it about having a penis that allows you to wear trousers, and having a vagina that allows you to, I mean, again, simplistic terms, but that allows you to wear a dress?
Yeah.
Why? Like, what is that? It's a social construct. Like, this is what women make up, or is it more for women at that one point, and now it's like molding into anyone can, and la la la. There's so much to like cover, so I'm just going to simplify a lot of these things, and I know that's like annoying, but then it became this masculinity argument. And then I was looking at the earth and nature, and why we don't care about climate change, and why we don't care about saving the planet. And then I started realizing we kind of talk about the planet as like a feminine thing, Mother Nature, like very prominent. We use and abuse and all the resources, and we're like, right, this is a woman, we're going to treat it like a woman.
Yeah.
And even the stuff we do, like there was studies about how the stuff you actually do to earth is quite masculine, like extracting things and digging and getting oil. And there's lots of changes in languages as well. Again, like it's like a tree would be like, oh, he's so big. One like article that I read like said this, like, oh, he's so big. And then when they cut it down, they're like, she's falling. Like, it's very like, it's important. Like,
it's like littered throughout our language.
And we don't notice it. And then I was like, this is interesting. And then there was a whole body of literature that was ecofeminism, and it's
but also on that, how does that apply to other languages? Does that just reinforce it more? Because I'm thinking there's particular languages where things are naturally feminine or masculine. That kind of ties into it more, enforces it more.
I don't know. I didn't look into it that much. Like, I was aware of it, and I knew, because I didn't look into the fact that like in French they did this, in Arabic they did this. I was aware of it because of Arabic, and I was like, I wonder if that makes a difference. But it's more on the whole of the social construct of how we approach the environment and the earth, not so much that a table is feminine and a chair is masculine. Even though there probably is something interesting like there to look at. It was more that, and I was like, okay, so ecofeminism looked into the woman's role in the household and the woman's role in taking care of the environment, but it was, to me, missing something more deeply. And I think because later on there was a book by Carolina Perez, I think, and it's called Invisible Women, and it spoke about the masculine default, and I was really interested in that side of things. So then I went and looked more into masculinity as a performative thing, and I was like, this is what ecofeminism is missing. Like, it's talking about women and how they are burdened with looking after the environment and the planet, because they tend to, earlier literature tend to look after the household. They're the ones that recycle, they're the ones that do this, so it's like it's on the women. But they missed the whole social constructivism side. Mostly there was some literature, but mostly missed that, and they focused on language a lot, which is obviously helpful. That's the whole tree falling thing. Why are the policies not changing? Like, why don't we have these new policies in place? Is it because men are in power and they don't care about the environment and they care about money, power, and wealth and blah, blah, blah? So is that what's happening? Or is it that even if we get a woman in that position of power, she still has to make the same decisions that a man would, because actually it's not to do with him being a man anymore. Of course, it started that way because men were masculine, traditionally. But now it's like, but the patriarchy is a bigger thing. It's not just men. It's now a social construct, a massive thing that controls our society. So even men are now like enslaved to it, as well as women. Like, men have to do these things even if they don't want to. Like, we have to break the mold every day, just being gay and just like painting our nails, because that's disgusting. Femininity is disgusting. It's weak. Like, a woman that wears trousers is a power suit. A man that wears a dress is a pussy. Like, those are things that happen because of like what we've constructed, the patriarchy. And so then if you're living in that society, then boom, a woman's in power. But sorry, love, patriarchy, like, we're going to have to do what we need to do and what we've always done. And the same with a man that might want to take a different approach. He can't, because, that's the way we're set up. So then that was really interesting. So I was like, okay, we're living in a masculine default. We are all enslaved to this ideology. This is how we have to live now. We need to unlearn this. We need to deconstruct this. We need to find a better balance, or maybe even a more feminine way. I don't know, but we need to sort something out, because this is affecting the planet, but also this is affecting everything else. This is affecting our political views. This is affecting our community. Like, we feel bad for being feminine because of it, because of the patriarchy.
Because it does come into sexuality quite a bit as well. Like, if you look at people outside of the community and even in the community, do you know what I mean? Like, we love femininity, but we also like strive. I'm talking more like gay men strive to be with someone who's like masculine and like shows those kind of traits. Do you know what I mean? And then people who are outside the community, like, if you're a masculine gay guy, as this example, it's not as bad or not seen as bad. But if you're feminine, it's seen as like, oh, you're disgusting. Like, why does he have to do that? I don't mind it, but just like not in my face. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's also, you can kind of see how people are viewed in the community from outside. Like, even if you look at lesbian women who are more masculine, it's not as taboo. It's not as like, people aren't as disgusted by it.
And it's not as unaccepted.
As feminine gay men. And it's kind of showing that like people view masculinity as more appreciative or like better than femininity.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it trickles into all these
It
different
shows strength.
communities. Yeah.
And it shows power. And that's kind of like what we've been taught is like, this is what masculinity is.
Yeah.
It's power at the end of the day. And that's what we all strive for, because that's what we've learned from such a young age. The patriarchy's been in power forever. So
Yeah.
it's like this, you're not even aware that these are the things you're learning. So
because you're unwriting thousands of years
Yeah.
of conditioning.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I know that like we look now and we're like, you know, like we're so free, like everything's a lot more open now. And it is to a certain degree, but that also happened in such a short amount of time. If you say since like, I don't know, like the 70s, 80s, 90s, like in that kind of like time frame, I feel like that's when things started to change up until now. But you're looking back all the way to like the Romans. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
That's so much like decoding and unlearning that like we have to do of like how society views everyone.
Yeah.
You know?
And
So,
we are living in a masculine society, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
Like we are under the patriarchy. They are in control. They've been in control forever. Like you can try and argue it, but that is affecting men and women and everything in between. It's affecting us, and it's not allowing
it's not
us.
even just feminism now. It's like men are almost like trapped inside of that regardless. Yeah.
And it's not allowing us to be who we want to be as men. It's not allowing women to be who they want to be as women. It's pushing them into this career life where they still have to look after the household, but they still have to have this powerful career, and men are not being pushed up to the same standard.
Yeah.
And so that is really irritating. And that is the deconstruction of that is something that's vital for everyone's well-being and health. We could all just do a little bit better with being a bit more
Just do
feminine.
better, guys.
Thanks for listening. I'm going to shut up now.
Oh my God.
It's crazy
Did
out
you
there.
guys learn so much there? Because I know
Crazy
I
out here. That's going to be
did.
so much fun to edit.
I know.
Shall we do a little game?
I'm ready for a gamey.
Are you?
Yeah. Also,
Okay.
guys, just to give a little bit, we've tried something different with the lighting.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to put this in there. Faris looks like he's a light bulb at the minute, and I look really dark and grungy. So I really don't know how this is gonna turn out. But
Like and subscribe, you guys.
yeah, we hope it's okay. What's your game? Tell me.
Okay, so the game. What is the game? Where the fuck is the game? So the game is. Let me say game one more time. Crack.
Plunge.
Oh my god. Which one should I do? Okay, let's do the 1996 game.
Okay.
So I'm gonna the game time. I love doing that. Just in case I need to cut, you know. The game. Oh, I got a new phone. Finally, an iPhone 16 Pro Max because Androids are shit.
It's
And
called
also,
Desert
look at my
Gold.
tattoo from Amsterdam. Show your tattoo.
I feel like you're not gonna. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, you can. That's cute. I know, guys. We're so cool. Anyways, the game. So I'm going to ask you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. It's all to do with the year you were born, 1996. Yeah, we get it. You're young. And let's see if
That's
you can
actually not young anymore.
No,
The
it's
90s
not.
is so awkward.
I know you're old and disgusting. And you have to get them right, okay? So, first question. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
I think so.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Go.
Okay. What significant mobile... I came up with the question, so they might not make sense. What significant mobile technology milestone occurred in 1996?
Apple got a camera.
Are you fucking joking? When you were born, you think there was cameras on phones?
Okay. Go again. Read that one more time.
What significant mobile technology milestone occurred in 1996?
Bluetooth or infrared.
Oh, see, that's more along the lines.
Yeah.
That's well done. That's good. No,
Was that
that's
right?
not right.
Oh, okay.
But-
I thought I got it right.
That's more like it. That's
Okay,
good.
okay.
But no, that's still way too early. Bluetooth and infrared,
Bluetooth and infrared were definitely.
not on mobile phones, babes. That's when we were in
You could send a
school.
text message.
Like 2001, 2002, something like that. I don't know, maybe, but not in 1996. It's a flip phone, basically. It's the first flip phone.
Okay.
Okay, and it sold lots. What scientific discovery to do with a sheep happened in 1996?
Oh, is it Dolly the sheep was cloned?
Yeah, high five. Okay, what royal couple officially divorced in 1996?
Is it Camilla? No, Diana and
Yeah,
Philip,
no,
whatever.
yeah.
Is it Philip had, like,
no,
dad?
none
I
of
don't
these
know.
things, Charles.
Charles, yeah.
None of these things you're
Charles,
saying.
yeah.
Charles.
Love Charles.
What famous 1996 cult movie follows the lives of 4 outcast teenagers in LA?
The Cult. The Craft.
Yes.
Yes.
How did you get that?
Because it just sounds very witchy.
Yeah,
And it's definitely something you would put in there as well.
I know, and I tried to change it because I was like, it said like when I said like describe the craft, it was like 4 teenage girls, and I was like, I can't say girls because
It's too obvious. Yeah.
okay, that was it. That was 5.
Oh,
So you got 2? No, you got 3.
she's smart, you guys.
Oh, I missed one.
Oh.
That was 4. Sorry.
Okay.
What was the longest running number 1?
Biggie or Tupac should have been in there, by the way.
What?
Biggie or Tupac?
Well,
should
they
have been in
weren't. I googled stuff that was
there. Didn't they die in like
1996.
96?
Well, it didn't come up. Okay. It didn't come up. Okay, I have
Okay.
5 minutes to prepare. Like, shut up.
Yalla, let's go.
What was the longest running number 1 single in 1996?
running number 1 single?
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought, bitch.
Yeah, but that's so hard. That could be
It
anything.
could be anything.
Give me a clue. Is it a girl? Is it a guy? Is it
It's
someone
2 guys.
non-binary? Huh?
It's 2 guys. Should I give you another clue?
Yeah.
It's going to be a dead giveaway, though.
Okay. Hey, rock away, rock away, rock away, na 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 na. Hey, Macarena. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks for
Thank
watching.
you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow for more, okay? And we'll see you next Monday at 5.